Hey guys, welcome back to Hood's Custom Shop. Today I've got some test blades here for the Sawmill that was sent to me from Southeast Metals. Let's see, out of Woodbury, Georgia. So they sent me a few blades here to try out because they're trying to gain my business, get me to try their blades. Now I'm not real sure on the cost or if there really would be any real cost savings, but the cost, I'm not worried about that so much as I am the quality. So we're going to take a look at these real quick because I've got a project that I want to start here pretty soon, and I've got to do a little bit of some sawing on the mill, some resawing. I'm going to take a look at these blades real quick. We got, there's two of those and two of those. Alright, these right here, they've got a tag on them. This is a Casco. The weld looks pretty good. As far as I can tell, the weld seems pretty good. Now, let me give you guys a close-up here what I'm talking about. You can see the weld seam on these. You can see where it's ground, right? All right. Now, the blades I've been getting from Kennesaw Supply, it's really hard to tell where it's been ground. I don't know what they do to keep it to where you can't hardly see where it's been ground, but yeah, that's the way it is. Let's see here. Look at this one here. See if I can see the weld seam. Well, there it is. It's a little bit of a rough grind, but I don't think that's really going to affect it too much. I mean, it might affect it a little bit as far as longevity, but I have to say it looks like it's ground properly. My biggest complaint a few years ago, I was using Lennox blades from Woodland Mills, and those things, oh my gosh, they took off way too much material on the weld seam, and those things started breaking left and right. All right, now these are called snake proof, SE snake proof. Oh yeah, this looks like that looks like a hardened blade. I'm gonna have to look up some information on this. It says snake proof, so I'm guessing these are maybe like a pallet dismantling blade or something. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a different kind of metal or what, but it has a bluing to it, like it's been heat treated. So that's a little different than what I'm used to. And there's two of these. So there's two of each one. There's 4 different blades. We got the snake proof. I'm going to have to look up some information on them because I have no idea, right? I have no idea what the why they're even called snake proof, right? So this is just the unboxing, getting them out, and I'm going to look it up and see what it is that's different about them, okay? And then we'll be back. Well, I can't find anything on the internet the Costco, I can find a company out there that makes these. And this right here, the SE Snake Proof, on the inside of the band is the only way I can find anything on these blades. It says Wintersteiger by Saw Service of WA.com. So I guess that's Saw Service of Washington.com is who makes this this band, at least. Or maybe just the machines that sharpen and produce these. I don't know. Have no idea about these. Looks like it has a pretty good set on the teeth on that. We're just going by visual right now. What differences I can see. This has a pretty good set to it. I don't really have any way of measuring the set on these. But just by my experience and looking at them, these have a pretty good offset on the teeth. Let's see. Let me check and see what the thickness is. I don't even know what they're supposed to be, really. I think usually about 30 thou. We're showing about 45 thousandths. So that's 0.45. And that's the SE Snake Proof. I don't know. I have no idea if that's just maybe a hardened steel blade, different type of metal in the blade. I don't know. It's blued though. And these right here, they could have been hardened or something and then just ground smooth. Let's see. And the thickness on this one is 40 thousandths. So there's 5 thousandths thicker on the Snake Proof. Now, what would that translate into on the Sawmill? Possibly a little bit more sawdust being produced from this thicker blade, which for my purposes is not a huge factor. But if I was like a big saw shop or something, a big sawmill, something like that, 5 thousandths right there could be, that's another 5 thousandths clearance that you got to make. Now, you have to look at the offset of the teeth. The teeth, they have to, make enough space for that blade to pass through. So I don't know if the offset of the teeth on this blade and this blade are the same or not. It could be. The set on the teeth could be the same, but the thickness of the blade could actually produce a flatter cut. And it could just possibly be a more durable blade that's not going to have much of any flex to it because it has another 5 thousandths of thickness to it. And it could possibly hold up to going through, I don't want to say it would, because I don't think these are like pallet saw blades. They could be. I don't know. I don't know that much about them. All I know is they were sent to me to try out, I guess, to see what I like. And they're just trying to gain my business. And I figured, why not share it with you guys? So, anyways, there you go. Southeastern Metals. They sent these to me to try out. And they didn't even ask for me to do a video or nothing like that. I'm doing this on my own free will. I did not pay for these, though. Just be open and honest with you guys. This is just a sales order, which didn't cost me anything. It's all zeroed out. So they were brought by FedEx. The salesperson, if you would like to know, his name is Dallas Welker. Thank you, Dallas, for sending these blades to me. And we will try them out. Now, if you guys want to go order from them, let's see here. Their address is 660 Folk Avenue, Woodbury, Georgia, 30293. 678-207-8550. I think that might be a phone number there. 678-207-8550. So you could call them up, order you some blades. The blades for my sawmill are 12 foot in length. These are, I think they should be 1.5 inches. Let's see. I'll measure it real quick. Maybe 1.25 inches. Yeah, because it's 1 inch right there, and then you add the tooth in, it's 1.25 inches. Or, yeah, that's 1 inch, 250 thou. So, 1.25 inches. You can put 1.5 inches on them on that sawmill. And I kind of like the 1.5 inches because they seem to stay flatter. And I'm sure these guys probably sell those. I told him 1.25 inches, I believe. And I do have some 1.5 inches laying around here somewhere. But anyways, I've got a new project coming up, and I got to get some wood cut for it. And we got a little project that has to be done before that, because I got to make a little press to be able to glue up the blank for the thing that I'm going to be making. And so I decided to get these saw blades out. I'm going to go put one on the mill and go give it a shot. All right, let's go do it. All right, guys, we got to take this old blade off, put the new one on. So let's get this thing unfolded here. You got to really watch these things. They can mess you up pretty good if you're not careful. So just take it apart like that. I got to check the orientation. Hey, that's right. Sometimes the teeth will be facing the wrong direction, and so you have to turn the blade inside out. So that one was good though. Now we got to take this one off, because this is an old dull one here. And if you're going to fold it up, it's kind of hard to show you how I do it without like pressing it up against something and doing it slow. But the way I usually do it is like this. Just like that. That's how you do it. It's not terribly hard. It's just hard to show you how you do it. But basically you flip it to where the weight of it bows it down, and then you curl your hands to the inside, your thumbs to the inside. And as you do that, you just kind of, it's hard to explain. I don't know if I could do it again and put it in slow motion for you or not. I'm trying to get this undone. It's harder to take it apart and not get hurt by it. Because even though it's dull, it's still sharp. So I usually have the teeth facing away from me, and I'm going to send it down, and this right here is going to go into my belt area or underneath my gut or something. So do that right there, and then I'm twisting in with my wrists on both sides like that, and bringing my hands together. Okay, and then we got hung up on my shirt there. So it's like this right here now. Okay, I'm just holding that tension. As I keep turning my hands or my wrist inward, my thumbs, towards the inside, and I can just do it like that. I don't know, there's other videos out there that shows how to do that probably better than I just did, but I watched other videos on YouTube, and that's how I learn it. All right, let's put this one on here.
I just know from experience kind of how much to tighten them up. All right, and then I come in here and I turn this by hand and I see which way it's tracking. All right. Feels like it's a little bit forward. I forget which way you tighten it. I think you tighten it more to get it to go back, towards the back. Yep. There you go. It's tightened up. It's tracking where it should. So now, I button this up right here. All right, guys, once you have your blade tension the way it should be and tracking, use your own judgment on how you do that. I've got my own opinions on how I do it. I do it by hand, and I turn the wheel inside there to make sure it's tracking right. But I wanted to point this out. One of the most important things you can do with your mill, once you got it tightened down, tensioned up right here on your tension handle, take you a bungee cord like this right here, or a bungee strap, and the way I do this is I hook it in right there, then I pull it tight. We'll just wrap it around here a few times. Now it just depends on how long of a bungee strap you've got, and then hook it in there just like that right there. And what that will do is it will prevent this handle from turning counterclockwise and loosening up on you while you're milling. And if it does that, it'll do it ever so slowly, and you won't notice it doing it until it's too late. All right, let's do some milling. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see it, but this the cut on the top right here was done with a blade from a previous company, and we're going to turn this over now because we just did a cut. We're going to see what the quality of cut looks like on this side. I can already tell that it's not perfectly flat, which, I mean, I can't exactly expect it to be, you know. We got some nice figure in this though. Woo-wee. All right, so where I've got a knot right here, we've got a dip where the blade actually rose up, because this is the top side of the cut, but the blade rose up right here and dished it out right there a little bit. Pretty good. And I know that blade's plenty tight enough. This right here is it's a white oak that we're sawing here. Let me dust this off so you guys can kind of see. That right there is a really nice grain pattern. I probably need to go to the other side, don't I? Got the shadows in the way. Oh man. starting to warm up today. We might have to worry about snakes here pretty soon. All right, look at that. Isn't that some nice, I mean, that is some real nice grain figure right there. I mean, it's a fairly smooth. It's not as smooth as what I'm used to. So, I don't know. The like I was saying earlier, the set on the teeth is what affects how smooth it cuts, and it's not a very precise cut. I mean, look at that. The proof is in the pudding right there, y'all. It is not that smooth. I'm not impressed yet. That right there, that's pretty rough. But you know what? It is rough sawn lumber, so that's not a huge deal. I mean, that's not something I am going to sit there and say, oh, well, I'm not going to buy this blade. You know, it really depends on price. It depends on how long the blade lasts, how well it cuts. The surface of what it looks like, you know, when you make your cuts, not that huge of a deal. I mean, it is a factor for sure, but it's not really a deciding factor for me, because it is rough sawn. I mean, you can look at this real close. You can see what that looks like. It's pretty rough. See if I can show you. It's not flat. All right, now look at this other side. That's more flat. I don't know. Now look at this. That's pretty smooth. It's hard to tell a difference, you know. The other side with the new blade is just a little, it's got deeper gouges in it. And all that is the machine that set the set on the teeth, where it pushes one over to one side and another one on down to the other side, is not perfectly consistent, right down to the thousandths of an inch. But this is not finish milling or nothing like that. It's rough sawn, so you got to expect rough sawn. But anyways, it is what it is. And so far so good. We'll see how long the blade lasts. We are entering this this cant, if you want to call it. It's a live edge cant. It has bark on one side of it, so the blade is entering into bark. All right, so anyways, let's continue on. I ain't used to this milling stuff. This will wear you out pretty quick. Stuff's heavy. Oh, man. Whew.
for the piece that I need to be cut.
Well, there you go, guys. Got a pretty good little stack of 1 inch thick and 1/2 inch thick. So I think I'm going to be using this right here. I cut a few of those and I decided against that. I don't know, I might use some of those in it just to change up the design a little bit. Not real sure, but we're definitely going to use some of this right here. So I've got some more that I'm going to probably have to cut here after a while. I just got to go figure out what that's going to be. Probably some black walnut, but I just got to find the right pieces. So anyways, the rest of this project, well, that's going to be for a much further down the road future video. So we'll see you guys on that video. All right.
Well, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. That's all I got time for today. I got some other stuff I got to go do. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate y'all stopping by to watch these videos and commenting down below, hitting the thumbs up and everything. So we'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.